Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to...
Now, you've been in the saddle now for about 4-5 weeks.
Yeah.
What would you say you have been able to achieve in that short time? One singular thing that you say, okay, I've been able to do this in the last few weeks that I've been here.
Well, I would say that there is a reawakening. Well, I don't think I'm the best person to answer that question, but maybe I would say some people will work the non-staff for themselves. But what I would say is that I see a shift in attitude. I see a lot of reawakening. I see a lot of positive response to the new management, because the new management is part and parcel of the larger media community nationwide. Like, the new management has been in the system. I've been in media for over 3 decades. And in none, I still do have a lot of professional colleagues, some actually contemporaries, some classmates, you understand. So I see the response, the enthusiasm for work. There is this renewed hope in none. And then a lot of people are coming with, the attitude has been very positive. And with the positive attitude like that, there is the preponderant feeling that, yes, none, there is a new dawn. So in the last couple of weeks, of course, we've done a few token, what we could, in terms of addressing certain inadequacies, like work tools. In the last 3-4 weeks, we'll be in charge. Tomorrow, we'll make it exactly 4 weeks since we took charge of none. And from there, we are building new relationships, we are building partnerships, we are meeting people who would, one way or the other, boost the quality of work in none. For example, training. There is an understanding with some of the training institutions that with time, as we move forward, we're still trying to chart a course, what we need to do. One of which is that before we set forth, before our ship finally sails into the stormy waters of greater editorial efficiency, we say, look, we want to sit down to have a retreat, to talk to ourselves. What are our expectations from the management? What is the management expecting from work colleagues? What are the targets? We are doing that ASAP. Now, with that, we chart a way forward. Already the management has specific ideas of what to do, because we know, given our exposure, having traversed the nation's media landscape, having worked in the Lagos press, as you know, I started my career more than 30 years ago in my state-run newspaper and then moved to Lagos. In Lagos, I've worked in 2 newsrooms. In Abuja, again, I work in 2 newsrooms. Having worked in multimedia, across media platforms, television, radio. So with this vast experience, we're bringing it to bear. And again, because of digital media, it's quite competitive. And none basically is digital media hub. So we want that attitude. We are beginning to have this shift in attitude. The moment we have that, then we take up from there.
At the end of your tenure, I mean, you're not going to be the last MD of none.
Certainly.
Or other people also pass through there. So at the end of your tenure as the MD of NAN, what would you want the people who will be leaving behind to say about you?
Well, what I want people, the legacy I want to bequeath is that, you know, I want to quote this guy that said, look, the mark of a leader is someone who can instill in his fellows the ability to carry on, even if he's not there. That's what I want, the ability to build on what we're leaving behind. And we want to build something that will last the test of time. We don't want to be cosmetic. What we want to do is we want to leave something in the people, in the sense that they'll be able to carry on, to build on the legacy we intend to leave. And one of the legacy we want to leave is that none will regain its place, its pride of place as the leading content provider on the continent of Africa.
All right. Yeah. Now, I'm going to take you back a bit now. Your romance, with journalism, how did it start?
Well, Azu, it may interest you. My passion for journalism started as a kid, from secondary school, actually. From the moment I realized the power of the media, and I was enthralled back in the days by great television journalists back in the day. Well, as a kid, I was still glued to
Which of the,
television.
you said you were enthralled by a great television journalist. Who? What's the person's name?
Well, there is Joan O'Dwyer on NTA.
Joan O'Dwyer.
Yeah,
Okay.
the female. Yes, there was Alade.
Right.
Yes, these were the guys back in the day, in the 70s in the NTA. And these were guys that actually, and then the likes of Enahoro, Mike Enahoro. His rendition, his mastery of the English language, his delivery back in the day. So these were people who enthralled and thrilled me. So I was almost always glued. So I wanted to be a television journalist, actually. But later on, yes, when I triggered that part, and then back in the day, the woman who taught us in English back in secondary school, I had a Canadian English teacher, and then also another Canadian British science teacher. Both of them, I actually studied. I would have been a medical doctor. Actually, I studied science all through my secondary school, but the pull to media actually was irresistible. So I abandoned. First, I abandoned soldering. I came from a family of soldiers and cops. I abandoned that. I abandoned the military. I abandoned science, and I took social science. I took arts, actually. I took humanities. Actually, I studied English first degree. So, because they say without the mastery of language, without linguistic competence, you can never be a good journalist. So, actually, I wanted to be a multilingual linguist, so that comfortable with all the known major languages of the world: English, French, Arabic. But well, at least I got one. I think I got one. So that was the fascination from childhood. My friends from secondary school will tell you that.